Hey everybody, it's Sue here and welcome to my channel. I'm working on deli paper today, and on this particular piece I used a Liquitex paint in 3 different colors, and then I used this small brayer to go ahead and get the paints all over the deli paper. I used that yellow, this blue, and this orange. I got these paints on sale a few years ago at Michael's for $2 each. I'm like, and I haven't really used them, so I figure it's time. So what I want to do is I'm working on a challenge from Nina Ribena, and again, if you have not checked out her Facebook group, please do. I'll list it below. And it just kind of makes you think and makes you do things you wouldn't maybe normally do. But this is for her June challenge, Repeat After Me. I pulled out different things I had in my stash that I knew I could make circles with. And they're just like old packaging. And then I went ahead and I'm taking my Posca paint pen and I'm adding dots onto the page, which I just love the way that these dots look. Now you'll notice throughout the video, this took probably, I don't know, an hour and a half to do maybe. And in total with drying and everything, there was a lot of drying on this page. So I had to take out, a lot of different, not a lot of different things. Like with the circles, I'm not going to show you every circle that I'm drawing, right? Otherwise you'd be here for an hour and a half. So you'll see that, with most of it, I'll share some of it with you, and then the rest you'll just kind of see as I share, just like right here. I'm sharing what it looks like at this point, and I do lift it up and share quite a bit during this video because there's a lot going on. So now I'm taking another yellow Liquitex paint, and this is different than the one that I actually used on the background. It is slightly different. So now I'm I am coloring in some of the circles, and it was a little challenging to figure out what circles to color in, and do I color in the whole circle, or because they're overlapping, which one do I want to look like it's on top, right? So you have to kind of figure that out. But I chose different circles, and you can see I did some of the smaller circles and with that yellow, and now I took out a red. So this is not the orange from the background, this is red. And what I found with this particular color was over the blue, it did not cover as good as I would have expected. So you can see here I ended up putting 2 coats of the red in all of the circles that you see that are red. And once I did that, I was really fine with the red. And then I'm looking at it and I figure, I need a little bit more red. So you just keep adding until you're happy with what you have. That's all I can say is, visually to you, you have to be happy with it. So again, I lift it up here, and you can see some of the white is, has a little bit of paint on it now. So I will eventually go back in with my Posca paint pen and fix all that. And you can see I actually did it already because everything looks, outlined nicely again. And now I am using a stencil. This was one of my favorite parts of doing this particular piece of deli paper. This is a Prima stencil, which I actually won from Rita Bearcat a few years ago. She had a giveaway. And I'm using white gouache paint. And watch this, watch. I just love, like, you know, the big reveal, like when you pull off a stencil. Isn't it fun to watch? Oh my gosh. But as you can tell, the theme of this particular deli paper is circles. And I was so happy with that. I decided to, you know, go and add some to the top. And, you know, I don't want it to look the same. I do want it to look like a little bit different from one area of the piece to another. So I tried to do it a little differently so it's not looking exactly the same. And now I'm looking at it like, what do I want to do next? So I have this Dina Wakley, I don't know what it's called. It's very heavy. It's heavy plastic, and it has the small circles here, and I'm using it as a stencil. And I'm putting that around different areas of this page. And yeah, I don't remember what it's called. It's the one where it has like the teeth on one end of it. So like if you were doing, like, you could make lines if you're doing like jelly plate printing or stuff like that. And so I pulled it out, and you can see I added that to several areas on this particular piece. And, you know, then you start thinking, well, do I stop here because I really like it? But no, I pull out my black Bria Reese paste, and all of these circular like little cups and this round foam piece. I have that in a couple different sizes. I don't know where I got it from. I've had it for a while, maybe from Michael's, I don't know. I can't imagine they'd be too hard to find. But now I'm going to add some nice solid circles with this. And I wanted them to be nice and solid, so you might see me go back and go over one of the circles twice because I did want it to be nice and solid. And I think the hardest part here was figuring out where the heck to put these black circles. But I like the way that it worked. Now I'm going in with, it's just like it's a top of, I believe, a hairspray bottle. And I'm just dipping it directly into the paste and going onto the page and adding those smaller circles. Now this is the cup from like cough medicine where you measure it out, and I'm putting bigger circles, and you'll see I'm keeping kind of like clusters going on. Not that it's all clusters, but like wherever those black circles are, I'm kind of focusing in those areas. And now I'm going to take that red paint, the same red that I did the other circles that I painted them in, and I'm sporadically going around the page and adding those red circles. Now my plan was to take this deli paper and tear it up to use on my different mixed media pages, but at the end I like it so much I can't decide what to do. But this was fun. I was glad I did this part. I took that same yellow paint, and in every black circle I'm putting a smaller yellow circle, and then I'm putting them sporadically around the page as well. And this is pretty much, I'm almost done with it at this point. I'm filling in where I think that it needs a little bit more color. So you'll see me add, you know, quite a few of the yellow dots. And I'm going to go slow and show this to you so you can see all the different kinds of circles. Tons of different kinds of circles, right? Now, this is the very last thing I do to this page. I'm taking that white gouache and I'm going to do some splattering. And I left it a little thicker than I normally do because I wanted it to be as opaque as possible, and also to be where you could really see it. I wanted these to reflect more circles, and I think that it did. Of course, as I was doing this, I got the white paint everywhere. I have to learn a better way to splatter. But anyway, this is the finished product. Again, I'm going to go slow so that you can see all the areas. Please go ahead and try this, everybody. It was so satisfying. I am definitely going to do many, many, many more different deli pages. Of course, with different colors, different, shapes, whatever the case may be, because I love this. And I was even thinking of opening an Etsy shop to start selling this kind of stuff, but who knows? We'll see. And here's the photos. I hope you enjoyed. Check out Nina's Facebook group and hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you all. Love you guys. Bye.